Okay, today we're going to talk about simplifying algebraic expressions. So an expression may have one or more, an expression may have one or more terms. And a term is a number, a variable, or the product of a number and a variable. And then like terms have exactly the same variable factors. Okay, so for example, okay, if I gave you 5x and 2x, those are alike. Okay, what if I gave you negative 12a squared and 4a squared? Okay, those are like terms. They have the exact same variable factors, right? These two both have x's. These two both have a squareds. Okay, it can even be something like if I gave you 3abc and 4abc. Those have the exact same variable factors. Okay, things that are not like are if I gave you 5x and 2y, right? They have different variable factors. Or if I gave you 12a and 4a squared. This one is an a, this one's an a squared. They are not like. Or if I gave you 4ab and negative 5ac, right? They both have an a, but this is a b and this is a c, so therefore they are not like. So, first thing we have to do is talk about adding together like terms. So for example, on this one, 5m plus 9m is 14m, right? You had 5m's, I gave you 9 more, now you have 14. 4x plus 7x, 11x. Okay, whenever you are just given c, that's the exact same thing as saying 1c. So 1 minus 5 would be negative 4c. Okay, the numbers that we are adding or subtracting are called the coefficients. Okay, those coefficients are the numbers that come in front of or before the variable. So let's talk about this one down here. Okay, we're going to simplify this. So because we have this coefficient, right, times this parentheses, we're going to do the distributive property. This is why we learned this last chapter. So that gives us 2x minus 10 plus 7x, right? Because 2 times x was 2x minus 2 times 5 is 10. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. 2x plus 7x is 9x, and then minus 10. Okay, on number 5, I'm going to do that distributive property again first, right? According to PEMDAS, we do multiplication first. So this is multiplication. 5 times a is 5a minus 5 times 4 is 20. So when we're looking for things that we can combine, I can combine 3 minus 20. Are there any other a's that I can combine with this? Nope. So it's just 5a minus 17 because 3 minus 20 is negative 17. Okay, if it makes more sense to you to write 5a plus negative 17, that means the exact same thing as 5a minus 17. Okay, the one kind of like special time where we have to be really careful is when we have a subtraction sign out here. And so what I want to do is we're going to keep, change, change. Okay, we're going to write this as adding negative 3. And I'll show you why. Because when we do the distributive property, negative 3 times c would be negative 3c. Okay, again, I'm writing plus negative 3c as minus 3c. And then over here, we have negative 3 times negative 5, because this is the same as adding negative 5. So negative times negative would be plus 15. Okay, and so now 8c minus 3c is 5c plus 15. Okay, the reason the keep, change, change is important is otherwise we're going to end up with it looking like where I have 8c minus 3 times c is 3c minus, it's like going to be a minus minus, right? So I have to remember that I'm subtracting 3 times subtracting 5. So it's just easier if we can do keep, change, change. Okay, so let's practice that. Why don't you on your own, or pause it, and do number 7. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so on number 7, I'm going to keep, change, change because I have this subtraction sign before distributive property. So that's 11, and then negative 2 times 3b is minus 6b. Again, if you wanted to write it as plus negative 6b, that's totally fine. And then negative 2 times positive 1 is minus 2. And again, you could write it as plus negative. Okay, I prefer to write it as 11 minus 6b minus 2. Okay, but again, let's look at it. Okay, saying adding a negative and subtracting a positive is the exact same function. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm looking for my like terms. So I have 11 minus 2 is 9, and then minus 6b. Okay, the order is not important, okay, as long as you keep the signs the same. So I could call this negative 6b plus 9 because it's the negative, right? The plus a negative in front of the 6b, and the 9 is positive. So as long as we keep that over here, that's fine. Let's look at number 8. We're getting a little more complex. So I have 7 times x, and then 7 times 8.5. So 7 times x is 7x plus, okay, if you don't know 8.5 off the top of your head times 7, okay, that's fine. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 3 is 59. One number behind the decimal. Okay, so when I distributed that, 7 times x is 7x plus 7 times 8.5 is 59.5 minus 5x plus 4. So I'm looking for my like terms, right? 7x minus 5x is 2x. And then I have 59.5 plus 4 is 63.5. Let's look at number 9. Okay, your like high alert signal should be going off because it's, again, this adding a negative, right? I have that minus sign before distributive property. So I'm going to do 16, and then negative 4 times c is negative 4c, right? Adding a negative and subtracting a positive is the same thing. And then negative 4 times positive 3 is minus 12. So what can I put together? 16 minus 12. 16 minus 12 is 4 minus 4c. Okay, and again, if you prefer, make yours 16 plus negative 4c plus negative 12. And then you're still going to get the same thing. 16 plus negative 12 is 4, and then plus negative 4c. Okay, why don't you try 10, 11, and 12? Okay, try them, write out your steps, and then come back. Okay, on number 10, I'm looking for like terms. I can combine 7b minus 9b to get negative 2b. And then, is there anything I can put together with that 5? There isn't, right? There's no other just whole numbers. And then, is there anything I can put together with c? Nope. So that is my answer. Okay, number 11. So within this parentheses, can I do anything? Can I do anything over here? No. So over on the left, I have 5x plus y, and then I'm subtracting this entire parentheses. So I'm subtracting 4x, and I'm subtracting 9, which is adding 9. Okay, so again, I'm taking away 4x, and then I'm taking away subtracting 9, which becomes plus positive. So now when I'm looking for my like terms, I can put together 5x minus 4x is x, and then I have this y and a 9. And then last but not least, number 12, okay, I have 9, and then I'm taking away this entire parentheses. I'm taking away 2b, and I'm taking away subtracting 12, or subtracting 6, so that's adding 6. So what can I go ahead and combine? 9 plus 6 is 15 minus 2b. Okay, so on both of these last two examples, 11 and 12, when you're subtracting an entire parentheses, that's just like distributing a negative. The opposite of 2b is negative 2b. The opposite of subtracting 6 is adding 6. Okay, and don't panic if you're having a hard time. Okay, go through, try them again, and then tomorrow in class we will go over it and I'll answer any questions you have.